What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the double standards in a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person. How you do not get to do what that person gets to do. Stay tuned, like, and subscribe for more. Thank you. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you don't get to do the same things that a narcissist gets to do. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. So the double standards in a relationship with a narcissist are absolutely true. The things that they chastise you about, the things that they get mad at you about, the things that they hold you accountable for, don't apply to them. You're not playing by the same set of rules when you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a toxic person. Narcissists and toxic people think that they are above you, like they're superior to you. So they get to tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do it. They like to control every single thing around them. Money, finances, time, schedule, you. So you can do the same exact thing that a narcissist does to you, and it doesn't carry the same weight. It's not applied the same, because a narcissist will always have an excuse as to why they did what they did. And your excuse, whatever it is, it can be the same exact excuse the narcissist has, doesn't matter. It doesn't count. So that's one of the many things that you have to deal with when you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a toxic person. Yep, y'all. Double standards. I've talked about double standards before that exist in toxic relationships with narcissistic people. Like if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist or suspected narcissist, toxic person, whoever, whatever, whenever, whatever, you know that the double standards exist. You've had situations before where the narcissistic person has gotten angry at you for doing something, and then they did the exact same thing, and you responded the exact same way that they responded to you, but you got a totally different response from them about how what they did was justified and how what you did was wrong. Y'all did the exact same thing. You've done the exact same thing that they did, and you got in trouble. You got in trouble for it, and they didn't. And this is, like I said, and this is not just about intimate partnerships right here, y'all. This could absolutely be your parent getting away with something, your school, your classmates, your friends doing something. It's not always about intimate relationships, y'all. It can get deeper. This could be your kids doing something. Like I said, it can get very deep in this aspect of things right here, y'all. It can get extremely deep in these situations. Like I tell people, I just like, you just don't get to do the same thing. There are parameters and boundaries that the narcissistic person sets for you that it doesn't apply to them. They put a fence in. They have you fenced in to, like, this is the narcissist. Like, this is their fence right here, y'all. This is the fence that they create, and this is you right here, just all fenced in. You cannot look. The same fence, they're outside the fence. This is the narcissist right here, y'all. They're outside the fence. You're inside the fence. You cannot, like, you're in a pen. This is a pen. It's like you cannot, like, they herded you into this relationship, y'all. You've been herded. Go ahead and move. You cannot get out this pen. They are out here. The same boundaries do not apply to them, and you don't get to create a pen. When the last time you've been on a farm and the cows or the horses or the sheep had a pen for the people to be in? You see what I'm saying? Where's the people's pen at on the horse farm? And don't say the house. Well, technically the house is there, and the people live in the house, and the animals live in. Nope, doesn't work that way. The people can leave when they want to leave. The animals can't. You see what I'm saying? And it's not the same, but if you see, it's similar. Boundaries apply. We all, like, the farmer and the animals both live on the farm. You and the narcissistic person are both in this relationship, but the same parameters don't apply. Y'all both live on the farm, but that's the last thing that's similar. They can leave, they can do what they want to. You are within their parameters. They own the farm. The farm is their name, in their name. So when you're in a relationship with them, you're inside of their parameters. You're inside of their boundaries. You're inside of their situation and whatnot. So you have to empower yourself to do this type of stuff. You know what I mean? But that's how typically, this is how it goes. This is how the situation is applied and how it goes and things like that. You know what I mean? But that's part of it, though. That really is part of it. If you're going to be in a relationship with a narcissist, this is kind of what you get. This is kind of what the dynamic goes into sometimes. We didn't sign up for that. It wasn't always that way. It wasn't always this way. No, it never starts. It rarely ever. I ain't gonna say never. It rarely ever starts off this way with them letting you know that you can't do this type of stuff. Because typically you might leave them if they tell you you can't do this stuff. You know what I mean? if they tell you that you can't do this stuff at the beginning, then sometimes you're going to leave that situation. You won't want to be with them, or you go into it thinking that they're going to change it. Like, well, maybe I can get to know late. They can be a little bit more lax on that later on once they get to know me. Once we fall in love, blah blah blah, boop boop boop, beep beep beep. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes. You don't get to do the same things that they get to do. That's just the dynamics, y'all. I know it's not fair. Well, that's not fair. I understand it's not fair. But most times they're not going to start off by telling you that they don't like you having this. They don't like you having that. You can't do this. You can't do that. They're not going to start off by telling you that because they typically think you're going to leave them for telling that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the dynamic. That's how it goes sometimes. But you have to understand that this is part of, like, you might not have signed up for this in the beginning, but you didn't read the small print at the bottom of the contract. When you get into a relationship with a narcissist, it's like you signed this contract, but you got to read the small print at the bottom. You know, the small print, the stuff that the terms and conditions that most people don't read. Most people don't read the terms and conditions before they sign stuff. You signed the contract, you didn't read the terms and conditions. The terms and conditions at the bottom were in Latin. You know, they were in Latin and things like that. You know, they were in Latin and you couldn't understand them, so you signed it. The contract at the bottom said narcissist, toxic as hell, narcissist, abusive in every single way. You didn't read that part. You didn't say, because if you'd have read that part, if you understood that part, typically you wouldn't have got into this relationship dynamic. But again, y'all, everybody's going to be different. Everybody's life plays out differently in these situations, in these scenarios. So if you're in it, you don't have to stay in it. I mean, like I said, everybody's situation is going to be different. All right? I don't tell everybody to leave. I think that's one of the most common misconceptions about my page is that I tell every single person that's with a narcissist or a toxic person that they have to leave. You need to leave right now. I provide people the tools, and if you decide to leave, then hey, that's on you. If you decide to stay, hey, that's also on you. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just a man on YouTube. I'm just a man on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or whatever. You know, Twitter. I tweet too, y'all. My Twitter's be fire. Follow me on Twitter. But that's the dynamic though, y'all. And we're so close. So if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 300K. It's crazy. Crazy growth. Thank y'all so much for the support so far, y'all. But yeah, the double standards exist. Well, Lee, how do we change the double standards, y'all? Sometimes you can only thing you can change is what you allow into your life. You see what I'm saying? What you allow into your life. You are in control of you. The only thing you can change is you. You know what I mean? Work on changing you. Control what you can control. Don't try to control them. You can't. That's just damn near impossible. But anyways, y'all, Self-Love Journal is available on Amazon. Like and subscribe for more information. Like Lee Hammock Self-Love on Amazon. Like and subscribe for more. Workshop in Orlando, Florida, May 20th. Links in the description. Sign up. Hey, but the hoodness is out. Peace. I'm bumbled up.